Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube.
What's going on, people? This is Influence, and today we got Dinobot Sludge, and this is the 86 Studio Series movie figure. And here we go with the 360, and you can see he looks pretty great. See his feet, his legs, some kibble there, not too much. See his head back there, gun looking magnificent, I can say that. The paint on him, the gold paint is nice. See his face. Initial thoughts, this is the worst one out of all three that I have. This is the third one. I like him the least. He has the most issues, and that's it, but we'll get into it in a minute. So let's go. On that face sculpt, face is nice. Eyes I don't like too much because they're dark and they look like they may be painted, but there's no light piping and it's just dark paint if it isn't light piping. So you got that. Then you move down the figure. It looks like Sludge. You can see his dino head a little bit. If you close the mouth, you can take care of that somewhat. Put the head up. There you go. Won't show. Here's the legs I was talking about. Feet are nice, gold. It does have some kibble. I wish they would have hit it inside instead of outside, but I can't remember if that's accurate or not. I don't know. And you have his arms. His arms do have proportion issues to me. They may be accurate as well. I know the Dinobots were unproportional. It just was the nature of them. You can see the kibble on the back, which is his dino neck, the big dinosaur. Like I said, I think he's the worst one. Looking wise, he's pretty nice, but in dinosaur mode, he's not the greatest, and I don't like his dinosaur mode that much, especially not as much as the other ones. So let's get into our accessories. I was about to say articulation. Accessories comes with this gun. That's it. It looks kind of undone. It looks unfinished. It looks like the front of a gun. I thought maybe there was another piece, but there's a reason for that, because when he holds in his hand, this has to be flat or it wouldn't be able to go in his hand. But it is a really nice done silver, gold, and black. And it looks all painted. It actually was wrapped in some like wrapping paper, not wrapping paper, but that tissue paper. I think that was a nice touch, so it didn't get scratched up. It was in the bag. It was wrapped in tissue paper. I said, oh, okay. Directions, of course, directions was fine. Helped me through the transformation. You got his backdrop. But you see him on his backdrop. He is kind of big. You can flare this out a little bit more, but it's just a generic backdrop. It's okay. I would never use it for nothing, really, unless I make a diorama out of it and use the background and then put them all together and do something. Which could be a idea. And you have the box, which is the big box. I think he's a leader class bot. Yeah, he is leader class. The big. So first we're going to compare this to the masterpiece, which, you know, I mean, it's really unfair to compare it as far as scale and everything else, but I just wanted to show how they look together, like what the differences are between masterpiece and a mainline figure. Then you have the Junkion, which is Studio Series, and you have Hot Rod, which is Studio Series, and I definitely like that. I definitely like that scale. I think that's perfect. I don't have any of the Dinobots in robot mode, unfortunately, so I will compare them in Dino mode, which realistically a lot of people may have them in Dino mode, so it's not a far-fetched comparison. Get the articulation. His head goes down about that much, goes up about that much, and that's due to this as well. but it kind of looks like it doesn't look bad as far as the sculpt when you use that. As far as his head, I don't think his head moves too much. It's just this thing. Then you can spin it all the way around and you're not getting any side to side action. His wings back here, you can move them about that much. Is this? No, yeah, it's about that much. So arms, go back this far because it hits the wings. Go back that far. I don't think you can. Oh, you can move the wings back a little bit so you can get the arms all the way around. You do have to move them out. Then you can get them all the way up about like that due to this cut joint that they thought about, which is nice. They did think about that. Right here, this plastic is a different color, and I don't know if it came from the factory like that. Over here, it's not a different color. I don't think. No, it does look like a different color. No, it's not. Looks like this got faded or something. Not sure, but it is a different color. It looks like a different color. Looks almost burnt. Maybe some paint came off on it, or maybe it's dirty from the factory. Who knows? But anyway, I already showed that. There's no... Is there butterfly? No, there's no butterfly really. You got elbow. Is double jointed. So you get more than 90 degrees, but not that much more. This joint is really small. And you get back like that. That's mainly for articulation, the dinosaur articulation. But you can do it. I don't know why. It looks weird. Then you got fists that go all the way around. And they're just holding. Have that. You got this waist swivel. Can get all the way around. He has the dinosaur legs in his back that can get hooked on stuff, but it's not too bad. Then you have the legs. Now the legs can do you can do the full splits. Let me get these arms out the way. So you can do the full splits. It is by friction, and it does stay pretty well, but it will fail, as you see that. If you get it past here, it'll start to fail. His knee, well, he has thigh swivel up here. He can get his feet all the way out, and this can probably go all the way back if it wasn't for all this stuff. So he's halfway doing the hurdles. These don't fail too well. His knees fail though. So they're soft ratchets, both up and no, this is friction. This is soft ratchets, up and back. These are on soft ratchets, and they don't fail right there. But this one, I think this one's a little softer. No, that one fails. Doesn't fail. Neither one fails, but the knees go like this. So this joint right here is what's failing, which is weird to me. It's the knee joint, but it's too loose forward. So when you're manipulating it, it'll go back and it'll go forward. And there you go. This can move. Not really supposed to, but you could do it if you need to figure out, like if you want to try to get a pose and you can't. I don't know. It just moves. That's part of articulation. Toe goes all the way down. The toes are a little loose as well. They go all the way down. Heel spur doesn't go down independently, and that's where it's hooked on in the back of the heel spur, so that's why it doesn't go down. But then you get a full rocker, as you can see. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's get him into transformation. First, there's a couple things you gotta do first. I'll put these arms up, spin this around, because I will forget if I don't do it right now. Then this, you can do this first or second, but spin the fist around. It's upside down, but they're right side up now because I already spin the biceps around. And you just push the fist up in there, and I won't go up in if you don't spin these fists around. But once you do that, you're fine. Work on these legs a bit. Pull this back here like that, flip it around. Flip this back here like that, flip it around. Then I'll just spin this around like this, his waist. So now all this stuff is like this. I'm gonna pull this out, flip this up in the back, flip this up, then move this out over here. Move this down, flip this up, flip this up, move this out. And there you go, just like that. Now you can turn him over. This part right here comes out like this, and then you can move on that sliding joint and move this up like this, and it's gonna go in weird. So you just keep it like that for now. Do the same thing here, move that over, move this up, and kind of move this like goes down like that, because it'll kind of go up in there like that. You'll see in a minute. Move these arms up and move it like this, just so you can see. It's very intuitive too. I started using the directions and then I didn't need them. Move this up here like that. So now you pull this down. Pull that down here. Spin this around here like that. And I just leave it now. Push his head in. Pull this up here. You can put that like that. Then you can move this up. Move these up. They pin here. And then you flip this around like this, and they have a peg. That same peg that pegged over here, right there, pegs up there. You can get that on there tightly. That's why you move this up. And this came off. This is the first time it's come off, of course, while I'm reviewing it. And friction pegs. So now you got this. You're moving this up here. So when you move this up here like this, you can put these together to kind of make it a little easier to deal with, even though it still doesn't make it that easy, because these pegs don't go in the greatest. So after that, then you can move the tail around. Move the tail around here and peg that in. Make sure you see this knee the way it is. It's supposed to be like this. So I don't know what I was doing, but it goes in there like kind of like that. Then you can get this. These can fit like this, and you can do this. So now you got that, and it's kind of like this. Now this is going to go down here, and that's when you start to get everything lined up. You got to line this up just right in order to get this in here. Make sure everything's together. You can move these arms this way, or these legs this way for now. Just so you can get all this together. But then you can move this up here, move this up here, and peg that together and kind of solidify all of this stuff. And it's going to come out because it doesn't tab great. That's another complaint. I wish it tabbed better, but it doesn't. So hey, on the bottom of the feet that this part goes into, let me see, there's a tab there that goes into that leg, and then the tab here on this part goes into the space right there, if you can see that. You just try to get it in. I don't think that tabs in too well either. It will tab in, but not the greatest. There we go. Both sides are in right. Getting close. Then this, you just want to bring around here, put them together. I might have prematurely, did I? No, I didn't. It doesn't really tab in. These two tab together. You want to do this before you put this down because there's two pegs right here, two peg holes that these two pegs sticking up, if you can see that, go into. You push this down and get these gotta like go inside the legs to kind of solidify it, and put this right there like that. Now you situate the dinosaur. Then you can take this gun, and there's two pegs in here, and you can just peg them in how you can fit it like that. And then there's storage. And here we go, Sludge. Like I said, I don't really like the dinosaur mode. It doesn't look the greatest to me. Doesn't look like Sludge. Like all this, it looks like a torpedo. It's weird looking. I mean, I know you can get the legs back here like this, which is why they bend like they do. Then you can get these out here. But again, they just don't do it for me. It just does not do it for me as a dinosaur. Does have a symbol here. I like his neck, and I like this part. It looks nice right here, but here's where it starts to get messy and terrible. But you have his mouth can open, his head can go up like that, can go down like that, and side to side. It is tight, but you can get it side to side, so you can give him like the what's going on, guys. In his neck can go all the way down so he can eat some grass, and it goes all the way up like that, so he can be looking like what is happening to the sky. And there we go. Legs wise, feet go up and down, has a bicep swivel for lack of better term. That is his bicep of his leg. Again, over here, the same up and down swivel. No. Oh, wait. Does he got a rocker? No, I don't think he has a rocker. I think I'm just about to pull it off the thing. Here, he can go out. His legs can go out like that. He can try to do the pose when he gets smashed by Devastator. His legs go back like that. It goes like that, and that's pretty much it. Nothing on the feet parts, nothing on the tail parts. This whole back just looks weird to me right down here. I mean, they had a lot to do, but I don't know. Let's compare the dinosaur with his other brethren. I didn't compare them in robot mode because of course they're not in robot mode, and I don't have robot mode ready. And here we are with the mainline dinosaur figures that I never thought we would get, which I think is super dope that they have a great, you know, they're relatively speaking, they're pretty great mainline figures. Again, he's the weakest one to me, but these figures are great looking together, and you see how they look together in dino mode. Pretty great figures, especially if you're a mainline collector these days. This legacy and everything these days are pretty great. They got storage for their weapons. The other guy, I wish he came with somebody, maybe something else. Even though I ain't like these guys, it's just another thing. Like they were the same price, so he has less, I guess because he's bigger, he's longer, probably more plastic. Traditional fashion, let's go back to robot mode. Super simple. Of course, take his gun out. Pull this up. Pull these out. Stuff don't want to stay in anyway, so I just pull this up. I do like that they have this extra hinge here. Sludges usually have a hard time getting these wings in, like Masterpiece version. This has like an extra joint to help you out. Then after you do that, I'll just pull these apart pull these out like this. Then you just start unfolding everything. Unfold this, unfold this, unfold this. Then you can unfold these down, pull it out. Unfold these. Of course, you want to make sure you move this over on that sliding joint before you put it up. This one went over automatically. It's not the tightest. And you just want to push this up, flip this around, put it up here like this. Pull these down. Just put them down like that, and then put them there. Move this down like that and put them down in here. Then you can move this back, clips on to there. Again, move this back, clips on to there. Now move this around, start to form his legs. We can get his arms up here back together. Oh wait, gotta get the head up first. Don't forget that, because then you can't get it up once you put this up. Now you can put this up. And you can move this back down. There's a peg there that goes into that hole back there. Just get it where you need to get it and move that there. Move that down, move this here, fold this up, and put that in there like that. Again, move this down. Move this over, hold this up here and move that in. Flip the feet out, flip the feet out, and this goes up like that. There you go. There goes those knees, saggy knees. Move this around like that, and then you can pull this out. I need a tool. It's kind of hard to pull out. You can use this little piece. I don't feel like damaging my nails right now. Again, with this one. Now that's going to keep falling off because it came off the one time. Pull that up, move this around. And there we have it. We got Studio Series 86 Sludge, the Dino Bot. If you like this review, please show me some love. Share it. Sharing it, liking it is probably the most important. That helps me out. Thank you again for joining me. This has been Inflewence, and I'm out.
Life ain't over. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.